Good morning, children. Welcome back to the English class. Today we are going to recap another topic from our creative writing section, and the topic is biographical sketch or bio sketch. We have done it before, but we are going to do it in very short, quickly again today. Now, do you remember what we did the last time? What is a biographical sketch? A biographical sketch or bio sketch is the description of a person's life history in brief. Now, I hope you remember the difference between biography and autobiography. When I write my life story myself, it is called an autobiography. But if my life story is written by someone else, then it is called a biography. And a biographical sketch is the description of a person's life in brief. Now you have usually for your bio sketch the life of famous personalities, but you could also have a bio sketch of someone, a common person like a gardener, a carpenter, a teacher, etc. But for your class, usually we give you some notes on the life of a famous person, and you are supposed to expand those points and write a paragraph on that person, which is called a biographical sketch. It includes his or her birth, that means the date and the place if it is given, then the family background, physical features, the looks, the appearance of that person, education, professional career, that is occupation, what he did or is doing, awards and achievements of this person. So you have to just focus on the notes which are given to you and then expand on those points and write a bio sketch. If it is not given, suppose the physical features are not given, then you don't write that. But if you know from before, maybe you have read a book on him or an article on this person, then also you are not going to add it. You are going to stick to the notes and you are going to just expand those notes. You are not going to add any extra information. You will be provided with some notes on the life of a famous personality, and you will have to write a short paragraph expanding the notes in complete sentences in logical order. Now, these may be incomplete. Most of the time, they will be incomplete. So, you have to complete these sentences. You cannot write incomplete sentences, and see that all the sentences which you have completed by expanding the points given to you are in logical order. These were some points we remember from our last video. Now, what are some other points to remember? What you should do is, first, whenever you get this question on writing the bio sketch of a famous personality, what you have to do is first read the instructions carefully and then the notes given. Instructions you have to read carefully because it tells you about the word limit. So you have to stick to that word limit. Then you have to read the notes carefully to know the things about that personality. And then you have to add a few words. Suppose in the notes it says born 24th October 2010. Now we are not going to write born, we have to complete this sentence. So if it is the first sentence, we write the name of that person and then add was born on 24th October 2010. But if it is not the first sentence, then we can even use the pronoun he or she. Use only the information given in the notes. This I have told you before. You cannot add anything. You have to use only the information which is given. Sometimes you know the personality very well and you think you can write something which you know something extra. Please don't do that. You have to use only what is given in the notes. The only thing you can do is add a few words here and there to convey what you want to convey. You can join sentences or you can change a few words. Don't write your opinion or extra information. Extra information I've already told you, but you are not going to write your opinion. Sometimes you get notes on a person you like very much, so you are not going to praise or write adjectives which show that you are a great fan of that person. And if you get a bio sketch of a person you don't like so much, then also you are not going to show your opinion or write your opinion in the bio sketch. Everything has to be written in third person. I hope you remember what is third person. The speaker, the person who is speaking, is the first person. The person spoken to is the second person, and the person we are talking about is the third person. So we have to use pronouns for this person which are in third person, like he, she. Put the ideas in logical order. You should see that the points are arranged in an order. What happened first should come first. What happens next has to come next, and so on. You have to maintain fluency and accuracy. Accuracy is that you have to stick and write the correct dates and the things mentioned about this personality. And of course, you should be writing without any breaks or without looking very, very strange. You have to have fluency. It should flow. Your writing should flow. One point should come to the next point, and so on. After you have written everything in the number of words required, then you have to revise your work. And if you think there are any errors, punctuation marks may be wrong, there may be grammatical mistakes or some spellings which you have added or even copied from the notes may be wrong. So you have to make the corrections if anything is wrong and revise it properly before you submit your work. Now let us look at the marking scheme. For the contents, that means whatever you write, there are 2 marks. And most of what you write is given to you already. You just have to complete these and write. And then fluency and accuracy carries another 2 marks. That means how you write, how you go from one point to another. If you have two things which the person or the personality you are writing about did, you can just add words like then, next, next year, afterwards, before, to make it sound very, very interesting and frame the sentences correctly. So the total marks for this is 4, and marks are deducted for spelling mistakes, punctuation mark mistakes, and grammatical errors. So you have to be careful that you avoid all these errors. Now there is one very interesting solved example on Wangari Maathai. Now she is a noted environmentalist and we have notes on her life. What you are supposed to do is read these notes and then write a bio sketch. Now let me read the instruction as well as the notes given. Read the notes given below on the life of the noted environmentalist Wangari Maathai. Use the notes to write a bio sketch in 80 words. So you cannot write too many words, you cannot write too few words. You have to be around 80 words. You can have just 5 words less or 5 words more. Now, what are the notes? Born 1st April 1940 in Kenya. Occupation, environmentalist and political activist. 1970, founded Green Belt Movement, focus on planting of trees, environmental conservation, and women's rights. So, the focus of this movement was on all these issues. Then 1973, director of Kenya Red Cross Society. That means she became the director. Now 2004 is another landmark year. First African woman to receive Nobel Prize for her contribution to sustainable means of development, democracy and peace. So now we have to expand on these points, write these points in complete sentences to get a proper bio sketch. So let's see. I'm giving you 1 minute to think how you are going to write about these sentences and expand on them to get a grammatically correct sentence and then a paragraph on this noted environmentalist. Now see how we have to go about it. We have expanded on these points. Wangari Maathai was born on 1st April 1940 in Kenya. Born on 1st April 1940 Kenya, everything was there. I just had to add a few words. Wangari Maathai was born on, and then we have completed it, and the correct punctuation mark is also there, a full stop. No spelling mistakes are there. You have to be very careful about the names because sometimes the spelling of the names is not known to us. So we have to carefully copy it from the notes. She chose to be an environmentalist and a political activist. In your notes, these two words are mentioned. So we can safely write she chose to be an environmentalist and a political activist, or you can just write she was an environmentalist and political activist, or something which you want. But then these words have to come: environmentalist and political activist. Then the next sentence, she founded the Green Belt movement in 1970 to focus on, now these were two different points, we have joined them, we have used it, all these two sentences, we have used them as one sentence. She founded the Greenbelt movement in 1970 was the first one. We have just added two and then continued to focus on planting of trees, conservation of environment, and women's rights. Then the next point we take from the notes and expand and complete it. In 1973, she became the director of the Kenya Red Cross Society. So we have the year mentioned. We mention the year if it is there in our bio sketch, and what she became was the director of the Kenya Red Cross Society. Then another watershed year is mentioned, and that is 2004. So we start our sentence with in 2004, she became the first African woman to receive the Nobel Prize for her contribution to sustainable development, democracy, and peace. Now, all these three words are very often used today. The development which is there and is going to be there and is important is called sustainable development. Then democracy, of course, everyone knows, is that you don't have a king or a queen. There are elected representatives of the people of the country who rule the country. And peace is the absence of war. So now this is how you should write a bio sketch. Just add a few words here and there to make it into or change it into a grammatically correct paragraph. And if you are able to do this with the title on top, then you can expect to get full marks in your terminal exams. Now let us practice. Read the information given below and write a bio sketch of Usain Bolt in about 80 words. Let me read the information for you. Name: Usain St. Leo Bolt. Born 21 August 1986, Montego Bay, Jamaica. Achievements: track prodigy, youngest male junior champion, 2002 World Junior Championships, 100 meters, 200 meters, and 4 in 200 meters relay in 2008 Olympics. World records in all three events. First person to win two golds in two individual events in three straight Olympics. Memoir: My Story, 958, The World's Fastest Man, reprinted as The Fastest Man Alive, The True Story of Usain Bolt, 2012. Retirement after 2017 World Championships. Now you have to look at these notes, read the notes carefully, and then you have to expand these points and write a bio sketch of Usain St. Leo Bolt. Now the first two you can combine into one. Hussein St. Leopold was born on 21st August 1986 in Montego Bay, Jamaica. So these two you can combine and have one sentence. Then we come to his achievements. He is a track prodigy. He was the youngest male junior champion in 2002 World Junior Championships. He won 100 meters, 200 meters, and 4 in 200-meter relay in 2008 Olympics. Now that is over. Now you'll have to complete the next one. He made or he holds world records in all three events. That means 100 meters, 200 meters, and 4 in 200 meters relay. Now he is the first person to win 2 golds in 2 individual events in 3 straight Olympics. Now we come to the memoir and we have to write sentences on that. His memoir, My Story 958, The World's Fastest Man, was reprinted, that means printed again, as The Fastest Man Alive, The True Story of Usain Bolt in 2012. And he announced his retirement after 2017 or 2017 World Championships. Now today you have to write this bio sketch. Please keep in mind the solved example and the points I mentioned earlier in this video. You have to keep these in mind and write a bio sketch of Usain Bolt in not more than 80 words. So what will be the title of your bio sketch? The simplest and the easiest way is to give the name. So you can title your bio sketch Usain St. Leo Bolt or just Usain Bolt. And then start with, these are already in logical order, but if you feel in some other bio sketch that these are not in order, then first you have to put them in logical order, arrange them in proper sequence, and then write. And whatever you decide to write, please write grammatically correct sentences. Write the thing in simple language which you can understand. Do not write any extra information from outside, and you cannot write your opinions or feelings in this. So you have to stick to these notes and the things provided to you in this, and then you have to expand on them and write a paragraph, a bio sketch. Thank you, children. That was all in bio sketch writing today. Have a nice day till we meet again with another interesting video. Thank you. Take care.